Raising Unicorns!
Harmon Brothers!
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Raising Unicorns.
Featuring Shane and Shae.
Show and sell!
So, this is an app. It's not a service, it's a service, not a physical good, which is harder to market, but I actually think we could do a great job. An app?
What is app?
What is app?
Kidding.
I bet.
I know what an app
So
is.
I was more explaining because we usually do physical products.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Versus services. So this app is called Lumenate. Have you ever heard of this app, Shae?
It's ringing bells, but no.
It's an app that so I'm very weird. I know I run a digital advertising agency and we write so many ads for Facebook or Instagram. I never buy anything off Instagram, almost ever. I think I've bought probably about less than 5 things off of TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram the whole time I've worked at Harmon Brothers. But this is one of them. Okay. So this is a high bar. What it is it's called Stroboscopic light therapy. Have you ever heard of this?
Yes.
Okay. So what it is you can use your smartphone to use the flashlight on the back of it. You basically allow the flashlight to do a strobe frequency that matches to music, and it induces hallucinations.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was super skeptical. I was like, there's no way. So then I tried it and I was blown away.
Really?
Instantly, because I've done meditations. My wife has had a Calm subscription for a few years.
Sure.
And I've done those ones, for de-stressing, getting relieving anxiety, whatever, or wind downs for bed. This was that, but ad nos to it.
Wow.
In the sense that it felt the Calm ones, it feels like I have to go through lots of the meditation to get to a better calm state. This feels within the first 2 minutes, your brain is just you're so calm. There's some that you can do different ones. They have a lot of different ones. I'll show you in the app. It's got euphoric release. This is deep exploration, which is for creative. There's ones for stillness or tension relief. So it's pretty wild. Or drift off to sleep. There's ones that will do sleep inducing stuff. But there is research around this, and it's pretty wild. Where they have done research around stress relief for it that shows evidence for reducing anxiety, reducing stress. Also, it has impact on, they're studying it for Alzheimer's patients and cognitive rehabilitation.
Cool.
Which is super interesting.
Yeah.
Because they did something similar with lab rats with gamma light, in their, firing it basically into their stem cell or their brain stem.
Yeah.
To stimulate regaining of cognitive function that showed a lot of promise. Oh. So, Shae, I've got headphones.
Okay.
Are we going to try this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, Keith, we're going to need to dim the lights in the studio. We'll do a 10-minute sesh.
10 minutes?
10-minute sesh.
Whoa, okay.
So,
okay, so I need to wear these guys?
Put these guys on.
Okay. That's crazy.
Was that not nuts?
It's euphoric.
It is so interesting, huh?
Yeah. You know what my pitch would be for that product?
Tell me.
It's giving you your main character moment.
Oh,
it
tell me more about that.
It feels right before transformation in your life. You know, when
is that a phrase that I'm out of touch with, your main character moment?
Maybe main character energy is a thing right now. It's it's giving main character energy. Yeah. It's this is about me.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like that. It also reminds me of that moment in Mulan, right before she cuts her hair and the music's dun 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 dun. It feels like that where you're I'm about
it's
to
a suit up scene.
Yeah, it feels like a suit up scene.
Yeah.
That specific whatever setting of that app.
The song and
And I think because it feels so immersive, that's part of it. Because I was what is this? It's I'm watching a movie, but then it's no, it's I'm in the movie. I'm experiencing.
See, this should be the ad right now for them. But
yeah,
isn't it
very
wild?
Cool.
Did you get any visual hallucinations associated with it?
Yeah, lots of colors, swish, swirly colors.
Yeah.
Which, I'm realizing I'm wait, how can they do that? Because
it's wild.
It's just
a singular light.
Because I was thinking, they figured out, this is how gullible I am. I was they figured out how to add color to the flashlight. No,
They've
that's
got those
crazy.
RGB flashes in there.
Yeah. Oh, they got LEDs. That's crazy. No, that's just my brain. Okay,
Yeah.
that's even wilder.
I guess there's like not a ton of research on this, but they're starting to do more and more
Weird.
research on it. And it's so the app, I will say the ad that got me to download and pay for a subscription, because I use this probably 3 times a week.
Oh, cool.
And I genuinely feel like I sometimes do it going before bed, but I'll also do it like sometimes when I'm like genuinely stressed and need to
Yeah.
like disconnect. Cause I don't know if you had that sensation, but
Yeah.
like just within like a minute or two,
Yeah.
I'm like in a zone
Yeah.
that is hard for me to get into, which is like a normal meditation.
Yeah.
And it was wild how fast it just like kicked you into that, right?
Yeah. I felt that too really fast, and it felt kind of like a floating
Yes.
thing. Kind of felt like floating above, the worries or whatever.
And I've like, cause I've been one who's like, I've always said I would never do drugs, but if I did do a drug of choice, it would either be like psilocybin or LSD. Cause I'm like, I've always like, it'd be like, I live in my head. My wife
Right.
always says I live in movies where
Yeah.
like, I think about like, oh, that'd be sweet to do that there. And like
See
blow
the
this up here. And
visuals.
like do this sweet shot here, you
Yeah.
know? And so I imagine like being on those types of things based on what I've read is that it's very similar to where like you can like your imagination just takes you places visually and you're seeing it like you
Yeah.
would through your eyes.
But did you see concrete visuals, or did
Sometimes,
you see like?
sometimes
oh, really?
it depends on I've done a bunch, but
Okay.
there's a couple. I'm trying to remember which one they were. I'd have to go back and look. But there's a couple that like I would were one where I saw like I was traveling through like the Grand Canyon, and at first it was kind of more just like spatial, like I have the sensation of moving and like the visuals are passing by. But then it got really, really like concrete visuals and very like detailed.
Cool.
And it was wild because like it was daytime in the canyon, but the sky was like the Milky Way at night, but it looked like the exposure wasn't weird in my brain. It was just like, oh, I can see everything, and I can also see the Milky Way. But it was wild. I've had other visualizations where I was like floating through a sea of balloons. Where it was like different balloons, but I was like kind of passing through them, and they're like moving like around, like because a lot of them I feel like I don't know for me it was like a lot of traveling sensation
a lot of
or
movement.
moving. But yeah, it's pretty wild. So it's cool because I've always wanted to do those things, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to do those things. That's not my
Yeah.
jam. I don't want to mess with it. Plus, they're illegal.
Yeah. That small little
That small
hiccup.
Okay, you ready for my pitches?
Yeah.
So I have 2. First one is just like a super like aggressive, straightforward, like facts-based one. I don't have a name. We'll just call it facts.
Okay.
Do you know how much people use their phones every single day? 4.5 hours a day staring at a phone. That's almost 30% of your waking hours. And social media is what people are on mostly, which has been linked to increased rates of anxiety, depression, and even suicide. Our smartphones haven't come through with the promise of a beautiful tech futurism that they said. That was weird, phrased weird, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
But what if there was an app that could actually unlock your brain and decrease your anxiety and depression? What if there was an app that could get you into a different state of consciousness? Now there is. It's called Lumenate. Lumenate can help you calm down, explore creative ideas, or even just get into a deep meditation. Some people compare it to the experience of being on psychedelics. It's that powerful. You don't believe it? Try it on us try it on us for a week for free. Here, click the link below, and then just like have a link, because like that's honestly what worked the best for me is like.
Just lay it on
Just
ya.
lay it on you,
Yeah.
and then the tag on the end would be like, and you can see how your phone can be used something to heal your brain instead of rot your brain. Try Luminate for free now.
Cool.
So that's just like, that one's like much more like straightforward copy. I imagine that
Yeah.
being like lots of motion graphics, lots of visuals of like kids just staring at phones, you know?
Yeah.
Because I even had my daughter do this. And she
cool.
loved it.
Yeah.
And I don't think she doesn't have seizures. That's like the biggest thing they say like a million times. My daughter was like, I loved it. Cause
Yeah.
she has some anxiety, like she struggles with it, and she's gone to therapy since she was like 9.
Oh, yeah.
And so like I had her do it a few times, and she was like, I really liked that. Like
That's
it was
so
very calming for
cool.
her.
Another idea might be like, if your brain is your least favorite place to go, and then it's like,
Make it your favorite place to go.
Yeah, make it your favorite place to go. And then it's like the anxiety thoughts, like how that like all like bombards you, and then the transformation to like, where your imagination can take you.
Yeah.
Especially because I think most people who have anxiety or, any kind of like depression or whatever, they're often like really creative too. So
Yeah.
it's like unlock that part of your brain.
Yeah.
So what's your next idea?
Okay, the next idea. This one's called Incognito Hippie. So average Joe, we open up on him and then just like straight to camera. Ever wanted to try mushrooms? Me too, but I'm freaked out by it. Plus, I don't like the taste of mushrooms. They're gross. And then this like gross looking hippie, like just dreadlocks, like tie-dye shirt, Grateful Dead, kind of style. Whoa, hey man, mushrooms are the best. And they taste amazing. The sight of them also tastes amazing. So you ever heard that where like the senses cross when they do mushrooms?
Oh,
you ever heard this where you can like smell sight? Anyway,
oh, yeah.
Bad joke. Didn't work out well. Yeah, but I don't really see myself becoming a mushroom guy. What's wrong with being a mushroom guy? Nothing. But I do like the idea of getting into different states of consciousness, and I didn't want to do it with psychedelics. What a prude. Then I found Lumenate. Luma, what now? Oh, this is going back and forth between Average Joe and Hippie. And then Average Joe, Lumenate, this is Average Joe. Lumenate uses stroboscopic lights from your phone synced with music to transport your mind into different states of consciousness. I know, sounds too good to be true and sounds fake. Yeah, like fake news. Thanks, MSNBC. Wait a second, are you a MAGA hippie? We exist. There's dozens of us. Average Joe. They have different meditations that get you to relax, be more creative, reduce anxiety, or just go for a mental exploration. Hippie starts to try it in the background. We see him holding the phone up to his eyes. Okay, it's not shrooms, but man, that was a trip. I think I have some deep-seated issues with my father I need to resolve. Average Joe. Nice. Little personal, but nice. And then cuts back to Average Joe without Hippie there. So if you've ever wanted to try shrooms but don't want to try shrooms, try Lumenate.
Okay, I really should have gone first. Because mine's not nearly as cool as yours.
Bar
set, bar lowered. Okay, this is called the Moft Mag Safe.
Moft Mag?
Moft Mag. Moft is the brand, and then it's a MagSafe wallet.
Got it.
Anyways, it does flip down like this. You can
nice.
set it like that.
So does it it doubles as like a finger loop on the back. Nice.
And it can hold about 3 cards.
Oh, that's perfect.
Which is great. Others only hold 2.
Yeah.
So I came up with some fun branded ads for this. So one is, it's like, if there's a fire, would you go back to grab what's most valuable? And then it like pans over to like your burning house, and then it's like, no, because you already have it. And then pans over to like your kids, and then it's like, no, not those guys. And then it zooms in on the guy with the phone in his hand, like filming the fire. And then it's like demonstrating all of the different capabilities, the fingers, what it holds, everything that you have that matters is already with you, all of your cards. And then it shows the dad like playing a video for his kids on like the trunk of his car while the firefighters are putting
their
the
house
smoke
is
out.
burning down in the background.
I mean, it's a little more hopeful. They're taking the smoke out.
Like, don't worry, kids. Here's a video. Daddy's got a great home insurance policy.
Yeah, they're there. And then the tagline is just, what matters most is in your hand.
Boom.
Boom.
I like that.
And this next idea, it's just more relatable. And it's like, we all have that one friend. And then it's like a group of friends like at a Chipotle or something. And they're like, oh, I forgot my wallet. And the other guy's like, oh, I forgot my wallet. And then the voiceover is like, that has a Moft MagSafe wallet. And they're like, I got you guys. And then like, that's the one friend. That's the reveal.
Every one of you better be Venmoing me
you better.
right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, do it before I order.
Yeah. And then it can just be a bunch of different scenarios where like having your, losing your ID at the bar, or a fake ID, if you want to go that way. But
probably not.
Probably not.
You could even have him like send Venmo requests to all of his friends.
Yeah.
That has like a convenience fee on it for like $2 extra bucks.
I love that.
I pay for my wallet and just 4 trips to the bar.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. I charge him interest.
I charge him interest and a convenience fee. I get why retailers do it now.
Yeah, and then it's just like save your relationships with the Moft MagSafe wallet.
Nice. Yeah, and see what we can do when we actually have more than a couple hours to try and come up with ideas.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shae.
Yeah.
Excellent job.
See you next time.
Thank you for watching Raising Unicorns!
Subscribe now.